Bathed in the radiant glow of a sun-drenched day, the outdoor wedding unfolds with idyllic charm. Lucia arrives, her expression a complex blend of apprehension and steely resolve. She pauses, her gaze sweeping across a sea of faces, both familiar and unknown. A subtle undercurrent of tension ripples beneath the surface of the joyous celebration. Lucia's eyes dart around, searching for a specific person or a hidden clue within the crowd. The vibrant scene is momentarily interrupted by the quiet intensity of Lucia's quest. Inside the bustling reception hall, Lucia moves through the crowd. Her gaze sweeps across the room, searching for a familiar face. Across the expanse, she spots Mateo, standing out amidst the throng. Their eyes meet, a silent acknowledgement passing between them. A flicker of surprise dances across their faces, hinting at unspoken emotions. In the reception hall, an awkward silence hangs heavy as Lucia and Mateo find themselves face to face. Mateo stands uncomfortably, his gaze shifting nervously around the room. Lucia breaks the silence with forced casualness. "So, fancy meeting you here, of all places." Mateo's nervous chuckle does little to ease the palpable tension between them. The air crackles with unspoken words and unresolved feelings. The weight of their shared history fills the space between them. In the tender light of youth, Lucia and Mateo share laughter and music on a sun-drenched park bench. Their shared headphones whisper melodies of unspoken affection. The park around them fades into a soft blur, their connection sharpening into focus. In the heart of the park, youthful dreams bloom, and unspoken words linger in the air. In the grand reception hall, Lucia and Mateo find themselves amidst the fading echoes of a lavish party. A wave of bittersweet nostalgia washes over them as they begin to reminisce about days gone by. Mateo starts with a chuckle. "Remember that disastrous camping trip?" Lucia retorts, a playful glint in her eyes. "How could I forget? We almost got eaten by mosquitoes." In the lively classroom, Lucia and Mateo sit far apart. Secret notes fly between them, each touch a spark. A stolen glance, a hidden smile, their silent world blooms. Amidst the classroom's hum, their connection deepens. In the veiled darkness of the garden, Lucia and Mateo emerge, their figures softened by the sparse light and elongated shadows. A subtle breeze whispers through the leaves, carrying the intoxicating scent of night-blooming jasmine as they venture deeper. The intimate atmosphere wraps around them as they prepare to reveal the hidden stories of their past loves. Beneath the starlit sky, their hearts begin to open, sharing secrets that blossom in the scented air of the night garden. Lucia watches from the edge of the dance floor, her gaze locked onto Mateo. Mateo throws his head back in laughter as he dances, oblivious to Lucia's gaze. A sharp pang of jealousy twists Lucia's stomach, an unwelcome guest. With a strained smile, Lucia excuses herself, retreating from the joyous scene. She heads towards the restroom, seeking a moment of solitude to compose herself. In the dim light of the restroom, Lucia pauses, taking a deep breath to regain her composure. In the cold, sterile light of the restroom, Lucia confronts her reflection, eyes clouded with unspoken thoughts. A sigh escapes her lips, the weight of her feelings for Mateo heavy on her heart. With trembling hands, she reaches into her purse, seeking solace in a tangible memory. An old, crumpled letter emerges, a silent testament to a love once cherished. The worn paper whispers tales of Mateo, each crease a reminder of bittersweet moments shared. Bathed in the gentle glow of a bedside lamp, young Lucia sits at her desk, lost in thought. Her cheeks flush with a delicate blush as she rereads her heartfelt words to Mateo. A shadow of hesitation flickers across her face, the weight of her confession heavy on her young heart. Frustration mounting, she crumples the letter into a tight ball, casting it aside to join a pile of her failed attempts. In the tranquil garden, Mateo spots Lucia. He approaches, his eyes drawn to the crumpled letter in her hand. Mateo notices the crumpled letter. He approaches Lucia, his voice laced with concern. "What's that?" Mateo's question hangs in the air, a silent plea for honesty and openness. Lucia and Mateo seek refuge from the wedding's revelry, finding themselves in a quiet cafe where shadows dance in the soft light. The cafe hums with muted conversations, a stark contrast to the weighty silence stretching between Lucia and Mateo. In the dim, intimate setting of the cafe, an unspoken tension hangs heavy in the air between Lucia and Mateo. The quiet cafe becomes a stage for unspoken emotions, as Lucia and Mateo navigate the silence between them. The soft lighting of the cafe accentuates the unspoken words, as Lucia and Mateo grapple with the space that divides them. Sunlight paints the cafe in a warm glow as Lucia nervously stirs her coffee, the silence heavy with unspoken emotions. Mateo leans in, his expression a fragile blend of hope and apprehension. Lucia's voice trembles as she confesses, "I found some old letters. From a long time ago. Letters I never sent." Mateo responds softly, "I think I know the feeling. I have a box full of them, filled with words I could never say." On the sun-drenched beach, Lucia and Mateo work side by side, their laughter ringing out as they construct elaborate sandcastles. Mateo, a glint of mischief in his eyes, playfully disrupts their creation, splashing water towards Lucia. Lucia's eyes sparkle with delight as she retaliates, splashing Mateo with equal enthusiasm. Their playful battle escalates, the air filled with joyous screams and the sound of splashing water. The waves crash gently as their laughter echoes, creating a perfect memory etched in the sands of time. Sunlight paints the cafe in a golden hue, dust motes swirling in the air, as Mateo and Lucia face each other across the table. The heavy scent of coffee hangs in the air, a silent witness to the tension that stretches between them. Mateo's gaze intensifies, his eyes searching Lucia's, as a question hangs unspoken between them. In a moment thick with unspoken words, Mateo finally breaks the silence. "What if we had spoken sooner?" The question hangs in the air, as heavy as the scent of coffee, leaving Lucia to grapple with the weight of what if. Lucia sits in the bustling cafe, her hands trembling as she clutches her coffee cup. Her eyes, filled with vulnerability and regret, search his, a silent plea hanging in the air. The background noise fades as Lucia gathers her courage, ready to reveal her hidden feelings. With a trembling voice, Lucia confesses, I had feelings for you too, but I was afraid of ruining our friendship." In the bustling cafe, steam from Mateo's coffee rises, mirroring the turmoil in his eyes. He stares into the dark liquid, a storm of regret brewing within him. The cafe bustles around him, a world oblivious to Mateo's quiet torment. In a hushed tone, Mateo confesses, "I regret not being brave enough to confess my feelings." The weight of unspoken words hangs heavy as Mateo acknowledges, "I acknowledge the missed chances and the years we lost." Lost in the labyrinth of what-ifs, Mateo's face is etched with the sorrow of roads not taken. Under the cloak of night, Lucia and Mateo journey through the luminous city, their figures silhouetted against the urban glow. The city lights dance in their eyes, mirroring a newfound hope that flickers between them. As they walk, a hopeful conversation unfolds, painting a picture of a future brimming with possibilities. The night embraces their dreams, as Lucia and Mateo stride forward, their path illuminated by hope and ambition. Bathed in the soft, inviting glow of the cafe, Lucia and Mateo find solace in each other's presence. Mateo returns Lucia's gaze, a subtle acknowledgement of the unspoken bond between them. A comfortable silence envelops them, thick with shared memories and quiet understanding. The cafe lights dance softly around them, enhancing the intimate atmosphere of their meeting. In this serene pause, the depth of their connection speaks louder than any words. In the hushed darkness of the movie theater, the flickering screen bathes Lucia and Mateo in a soft, ethereal glow. The explosive action on screen heightens the unspoken tension. Their hands hover, a hair's breadth apart, on the shared armrest, charged with unspoken desire. Lucia steals a glance at Mateo, her eyes betraying a mix of nervousness and breathless anticipation. Mateo mirrors her gaze, his own eyes reflecting the same potent cocktail of emotions. The wedding venue glows with festive lights as Lucia and Mateo pause just outside, the sounds of celebration a distant hum. They turn, their eyes meeting in a silent acknowledgement, a shared glance hinting at unspoken feelings. Mateo responds with a subtle shift in his posture, the possibility of something more hanging in the air. In the quiet space between them, a new chapter begins to unfold, away from the jubilant chaos. Amidst the joyous celebration, Mateo extends his hand to Lucia, a silent promise of affection. Lucia accepts his tender gesture, her eyes reflecting a shared hope for the future. The weight of unspoken words begins to lift, replaced by the promise of shared understanding. In this moment of connection, the silence between them starts to dissolve. The joy of the wedding fades into background as their bond deepens. In the sun-drenched cafe, Lucia's gaze meets Mateo's across the table. Mateo hesitates. "I don't know, us. It's complicated." Lucia counters softly. "Complicated, yes. Impossible, no." Mateo, wrestling with doubt, confesses, "We both have our own lives, our own baggage." Lucia's eyes sparkle with defiance. "True, but isn't life always a little messy? Maybe the mess is what makes it interesting." Their fears mingle with a shared excitement as they decide. "We take a chance." At dawn's first light, Lucia and Mateo pause at the crossroads, their silhouettes etched against the awakening sky. A golden sunrise paints the horizon, promising a fresh start as their journey unfolds. In the stillness of dawn, they stand ready, the world awaiting their next move. The rising sun casts long shadows, symbolizing the new challenges and opportunities that lie ahead. Their faces, though weary, reflect a shared determination, a silent vow to face whatever comes next. As the sun climbs higher, Lucia and Mateo step forward, embracing the dawn's promise of renewal. In the tranquil embrace of the park, Lucia and Mateo find solace on a weathered bench, their hands intertwined. The world fades as their fingers intertwine, a silent pledge of unity and shared dreams. In the stillness of the moment, their hearts resonate with an unspoken understanding. A new chapter begins, etched in the quiet promise of their intertwined hands. Bathed in the soft light of day, their silent connection speaks volumes, a testament to love's enduring strength.